Paul Ricard with the French Grand Prix for round 2 of the ISRL Tier 3 Championship. We're on board with Dan990SD here. He's sliding around this very wet French Grand Prix track. And as a couple of drivers are on outlaps right now, a couple more in the pit. It is going to be a dry race from what I'm saying with our insider info here. But for now, very wet qualifying. And after a eventful round 1, I'm back in the booth here. I got Carter alongside me. And
glad to be here. Actually, but make it on time. See, right as you said that, Hartman, he had a little issue. Tell if it was maybe on the track or not, but couldn't, probably expect some of this weather to probably play a factor and see a couple more retirements before the whole thing is said and done. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see some drivers out of their expected grid slots during a wet qualifying. Obviously, some having a better mastery of it than others. But we're going to have to wait and see. No set times yet. We are still at the, I guess we're roughly a third of the way into qualifying, and then Bilton Matt sets the first lap time. So 144.914 on the inters, and if I am correct, yeah, it looks like everybody is on inters. Mivako goes faster than him though.
That's big in terms of the standings. I know it's still early, but especially with this new point system, every position at this point can count. And
absolutely,
go figure. Mivako after the first round leads the championship from Bilton Matt, who indeed finished in second. As Dan now puts in a lap, and a lot of other times starting to follow. And as Stunek goes up to second.
Yeah, big gap in the times right now. As Stunek and Mivako seemingly the only ones to really nail it through a lap. 142.4 for both of them, very close together at the top. But then it kind of drops off there with a 144 from Bilton Matt and a 145 from Dan, but Feral Fury goes fastest here with the first man to break into the 141s. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with this race. I did see him race. He's here as a reserve, but I did see him race in a couple of our events through the week, and yeah, he definitely has some pace. Would not be surprised to see him challenge near the front of this grid. But of course, it is normal that guys setting lap times later are going to have slightly faster lap times as the track starts to dry up with the heat of the cars. And it's a lot grippier now than it was about 6 minutes ago. Let's go over to Mason Harris. I believe he's about to start his lap. Now, Mason... Oh, yeah, he goes very deep there.
It's a deceiving corner, that last one right there, the one that he just locked up on, it looked like, because it's deceiving where you think you have to break a whole lot, Yeah. It's
very awkward,
reality,
a very awkward corner.
Yeah, so it's throw in the rain too, so can't put too much blame on the skill level.
Oh no, absolutely. I've done that mistake. I'm sure you have as well. And it's kind of an awkward pit entrance, and of course they changed it not too long ago. So a lot of drivers probably not having quite come to grips with it just yet. Chilmo on a lap right now. I believe that's the end of his hot lap, or is it the start? Not sure what he's doing. Hits the wall there. Not paying a whole lot of attention, but he does go 9th fastest. I think that was kind of a throwaway lap. Hartman and Jamer Mario already out of the session, choosing not to qualify here in this tricky weather. And here, I'll just let you take over, Carter, for a second as I get this stream shared on our social media. Why don't you talk to us about the standings coming into this weekend?
Yeah, as I said, it's still very, very early. This is just round 2 of 18. And also, as I mentioned earlier, before the time started coming in, it's Mivako who is your points leader in the Alpha. He's got 40 points after one round, again with the new point system. Bilton Matt, he's in second with 33 points, and then it goes as Studik, Azen, F1 Richie, and Catastrophic. That's your top 6. And at the moment, it looks like there's not too many surprises up at the front of the grid. Feral Fury, of course, is the reserve driver. Marshmallow, looking for him on the standings. He was unable to score points, so that would be a huge result for him if that were to stand.
Yeah, absolutely. Bilton Matt, I know he was very pleased with his race last week. P4 right now behind his teammate. I think he's probably hoping just to be a little bit further ahead, but still pretty respectable considering. Out on track right now, let's have a look. I do see Sinker here. I think he's just getting used to the car. 3 laps already on those intermediate tires. And it looks like Mason Harris having to go right through this slalom of... there he spins, puts too much power. He's very struggling a lot with this setup here, Mason Harris. We've seen him go wide going to the pits. Yeah, goes wide through the chicane there. Almost drops it, getting back on the power. Joseph Cozy in the Red Bull coming up to that same place. And yeah, it is drenched on track right now. Honestly, closer to wet tires from what it looks like than inters. I don't know if it's getting more wet through the session or not. But these drivers are certainly feeling the difficulty of this racetrack.
Yeah, look how much he lifted going through that normally flat out corner at the end of the backstraight. He not only did he lift, he had to go down a gear. So treacherous conditions when it looks like maybe full wet rain with inner tires.
Absolutely. Joseph Cozy coming towards the end of his lap. Hasn't set a lap time yet, so he wants to make sure not to disqualify this one as we're winding down in the session. Where is he going to come out? That's kind of a slow exit, but you can't really get a fast exit. Yeah, you can't get a super fast exit out of this corner. But he is going to go 10th fastest. Not a bad lap time from Joseph Cozy, despite the conditions.
Yeah, I mentioned it right as he exited the corner. I think he probably, if he would have kept on the power, probably about mid-apex of that final corner, he probably would have gained a couple, maybe 3 or 4 tenths, especially with, with the weather and the gaps being, a little bit different than usual.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Mason Harris on the back straight right now, trying to get some temperature in those tires. He's on his hot lap, and he's still not super happy with the grip on those tires. Kind of shows how treacherous the track surface is right now. But another one of the drivers who's yet to set a time, looking to just get himself on the scoreboard and get himself. Oh, there he goes! And is he going to keep it out of the wall?
Save it.
He does.
Nice.
Saves it, but he's going to cook his tires doing that. And Mason Harris,
validated lap to begin with, so
yeah,
struggling for grip.
Absolutely, this setup's just not working in the wet conditions. It is a risky run sometimes. You make your setup hoping for a dry race, and all of a sudden it's slippery as you can see, getting back on the power, and car goes right around again. He's not having a good time today, that's for sure. Killing for Cash, another one of our reserve drivers. He's on an out lap, currently 18th, but no time set for the Haas team. Feral Prix, he's still on track right now. I think he might be on a hot lap right now. He is trying to beat his 141.1. Mivako, only man to get close to it. F1 Richie as well, actually, with a 141.5. He's quite close, but still a 3/10 gap to the leader.
And I was just about to say, Feral Fury going past Sector 2 was 3/10 up on his best time. So he's got to keep it under control through this tricky technical Sector 3 in the rain. Got a little bit of traffic to deal with, but he should be clear on home from now.
Let's see, Williams, I believe, of Bilton Matt, getting out of the way there, did good to not impede the McLaren driver. And as he comes across the line here, dipping his tires into that wet line to cool them off, 140.5, so 1.4 seconds, or sorry, 1.1, no, 0.9 seconds clear. There you go. I was going to get it one day. 0.9 clears of second place, but Mivako did set his lap time a little bit ago, and I think that's going to be it for Feral Fury. 4 minutes left to this session. Mivako, Richie, both in the pits. Would not be surprised to see them come out. And here comes Marks Malo. P4 currently 142.3. What do you think he can do here?
I mean, obviously, of the 42.3, it's about 8/10 off of F1 Richie. I think we'll get a clear indicator of how well he might do right about now as we see the gap in the Sector 1 time. So far, so good. It's a personal best. He's gonna have to keep following. Mason Harris was not able. He crashed. Look at that. Did he spin out that same place again?
I don't have him. Don't see him on our cameras. No cars coming up to him in quite a long time. But does look like he lost control of his Ferrari again in that same corner. So he kept trying.
Yeah, he was unable to score points last weekend, and now with 3 minutes left, crashing out of qualifying, he's got a whole mountain to climb if he wants to score some points.
Yeah,
and now we got to whip Marshmallows around 2 in the wet.
It's absolutely treacherous right now. Yeah, it's the same corner as Mason Harris. Yeah,
or two drivers, won twice.
Yeah, and it's you give a little bit too much on the wheel there. You yank into the corner, and the rear end can step out pretty easily on you. So these drivers are going to have to be a little bit more careful as we come down to the end of qualifying. Anybody is going to go back out on track right now. It has to be the Racing Points, who still haven't set a lap time. They've been in the pits. I don't think I've seen them on the track.
No, the entire session.
Yeah, so they're choosing a start at the back, I believe, because neither of them on track as Mivako invalidates his lap. Feral Fury is on an invalidated lap, but I believe that's his in lap. And Synchro, I guess the highest man right now to be on a qualifying lap, and it looks like he's lagging a little bit for me, but kept it on the track. And he's going through the trickiest part. This part is tricky. It's very slippery, even in the dry. IGKX, there's another driver losing it there. And yeah, look at that on the, and another one. As we tune in with Bilton Matt, he almost loses it too, so it's very, very greasy out on that racing line. And the catching out driver after driver, and that's Bilton Matt's qualifying over unless he can get, he has enough fuel to get going again on this same set of boots. Mark Smella dove back into the pits and tune into the Haas of, I believe, that's not Killing for Cash, that's Synchro coming up to, and Synchro also, he's on invalidated lap time, and he's,
he almost lost it.
Yeah, he's lagging for me. Hopefully he's not the same for everybody else, but, a little bit. Yeah, his lap time is not going to count. Matt Bilton going for it one more time here.
Yeah, one of the Racing Points is going to give it a try. The deck, he's on an outlap.
So it looks, I hope he got out of the garage in time. He's got 40 seconds to make it around the back half of the circuit. Should be fine. His teammate isn't going to qualify. Catastrophic still in the pits. We haven't seen much of this pink car. Is that somebody else there?
Oh my gosh.
Or is he just letting cars by? He might just be letting cars by. Yeah. So, yet another very interesting qualifying, and out of the people who I think are going to be a little bit swamped by this pack as it stands right now, Dan and Marksville, I cannot see them staying up there very long with guys like Kastunik behind them, Joseph Cozy, Catastrophic in the deck, obviously near the back of the grid. I have to say those guys are qualifying just a little bit higher than they should, and it looks like the deck, is he going to get there in time? I think he is, yeah. So for us, the timer finished. I think he got through the line. It does look like he's on a hot lap right now.
Yep, I think we would have seen the AI take control.
Oh, and actually he backs off there. I think he invalidated it on turn 1 and 2. Coming across the line here, that's Joe Dimas that just set a time. We have the Renault of Dan also coming across here. Also, all these guys all getting through in time. For us, it's not, showing up as a finish. There's no checkered flag coming up, but it looks like they got through in time on their end. So the timer obviously having a bit of a delay here. Synchro going to be the first man to cross the line here. Those are 2-lap-old inters, so he went again. And that Haas going up into P2, so that's a 141.2 from Synchro, getting himself towards the front of the grid. So very well done for him. Who else is going to cross here? I believe we have Joe Dimas, that's Fallen Monkeys crossing the line. He's not going to improve his time. 144.002 from Fallen Monkeys. The deck, he invalidated, he backed off, so we're not going to worry about him. But Joseph Cozy coming soon. Oh, Estunik, it's true. I did not even see him on the map. That AlphaTauri dot really blending into the environment there. He's at a 142.4 right now. Is he going to improve? Finished P3 last week, and he's going to go to P5, starting on the third row of the grid as it stands right now. But still, yeah, full second and 3/10 behind our leader. So big gap there to Joseph Cozy went wide, so that's going to cost him some time. Dan is going to cross the line. Is he going to improve? No, he's not. Stays 9th fastest. Cozy went off track on the last corner, so that's his qualifying session done.
There's Built and Matt.
F1 Richie going to go into the pits. Built and Matt crossing the line, not improving his lap time. Chilmo, 8 laps on these intermediate tires. I think he's just getting a feel for his car.
Yeah, so.
Not too concerned about getting a good grid position. So he's just gonna stay near the back there. And
I think that's it.
I believe so. We're just gonna wait for everybody to get wheeled into the pits here. We have 19 viewers on stream, 11 comments so far. So as we get ready for the start of this race, let's go through. We got Blind Machine Jordan in here. Chris as well saying good luck to the tier 3 boys. Vito trying to give our drivers some advice. Unfortunately, they did not hear you. Don't put too much gas in that corner until it's straight. And looks like everyone trying to step on it a little bit early. I believe it is. Oh, geez, I just dropped my controller.
Seems to be something's going on with the timer in the lobby. It's stuck at a second.
Yeah.
Need some guys to retire in the pit lane so we can.
Absolutely. So guys in the pit lane need to retire. There you go. Yeah. I think it's worked. It's still a bit of a glitch with this new game, but looks like Aizen's in our chat here with I think it's Fail Fury currently in his car. Aizen could not make the race today, but he is watching. So hello, Aizen. Hopefully we'll have you back next week. Yeah, look at this grid. Feral Fury, Synchro starting on the front row. Mivako, F1 Richie, 3rd and 4th. Estunik and Bilton Matt occupy the 3rd row of the grid. Marks Mello, IGKX, Dan, and Joe Dimas rounding out the top 10. So both Williams, both Alfa Romeos in the top 10. Everyone else is alone, their teammate. A little bit outside. Killing for Cash 11th, Fallen Monkeys 12th, Joseph Cozy 13th, Yend 14th, Chilmo 15th, and after that, having not set a lap time, we got 5 more drivers: Catastrophic, The Deck, and a few more. Going into this race, obviously, the wet qualifying session was a bit unpredictable. We got a dry race right now. Carter, who is your man to watch with this change of conditions?
Really going to be focused on Estunik for this one. We saw him put in, I think, at least in my opinion, a really, really good final lap to bump him up a few positions. He starts 5th, sits 3rd in the standings, so you know he has the pace. And now a dry track, free choice of tire strategy, it's all up in the air. I'm watching on Estunik to try and maybe steal a win away from my Vaco, Pharaoh Fury, and Built Matt.
I didn't see that. But yeah, absolutely, Carter. I would have to put some money on Stunek as well, but personally, I am curious to see what the Racing Points can do. A bit of a tough race for the pair last week as the drivers head out on the formation lap here, but I do think that they're going to be able to kind of change their favors. They're starting at the back. They're going to start on the medium compound tires. I believe, honestly, I think, let's get our tire data up here. Looks like, yeah, mediums to hards, or a two-stop soft medium is the strategy around here. And as we get our tire data up, looks like everybody going for that medium to hard thanks to the rain. So maybe not such a good idea not to qualify now that everybody's on the same tire strategy.
Yeah, I get it that you don't want to risk, ruining a qualifying session by, crashing out, especially in the wet weather. But at the same breath, it's wet. You have to practice. You could see the weather for the race. It may not be raining, but it's still good to get the practice in. But if you don't qualify, it's the same result as you trying to qualify and crashing. So, you, in my opinion, you at least want to try and set a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it's rain, it's kind of a crapshoot anyways. You never really know what's going to happen out on the racetrack. So you don't really lose much giving it a go. And at the very least, you can start in that midfield. But I know a lot of drivers, that's what they want to avoid. They want to avoid that midfield. That's where a lot of the turn 1 incidents happen. So maybe they're just trying to get themselves a bit of clean air. But having raced on this track, I don't know how you feel about it, but I felt like if you weren't behind somebody in a DRS train, you were kind of sitting duck out there. You're not really anybody to pull you, not really any DRS to get. And as we see Mason Harris just plow into the back of Chilmo, who stopped on the apex there, as everybody queued up behind him. But what do you think? Are we going to see some guys come back from large deficits on this racetrack? Or is it a DRS or nothing?
It's so difficult unless you've got a really, really low drag, set up on, and and you see the pit stop strategy. I love the two-stop, but it's hard to manage tire wear around here. That's for sure, and fuel for that matter.
Without a doubt. Yeah, as we see the field line up here, we are just about to get started. We're going to get the 5 lights in our game. I have some prime access to Fallen Monkeys starting in P12, his TV. And the 5 lights are going on, but it does look like Synchro absolutely jumped the start there. He's going to get a drive-through. Jamer Mario starting the start as well. And it's the start now, and oh my goodness, it's absolute chaos here. Some guys just not ready for this. And Mivako first into turn 1. That's F1 Richie, followed by Bilton Matt. That's the Williams and the Alpha Tauri having a good old scrap back there. IGKX making a move down the inside. He's going to be around the outside this time. Good, brave move from there. They're still side by side going into this sharp turn 5. And good start so far. We had a couple yellow flags at the back. Looks like most people got through okay. Bilton Matt up into P3. And a big crash in the back here. That's Chilmo and I believe Mark Smello having a big moment. Feral Fury. I don't know what happened to him. He just dipped all the way back at the start. And there's some contact between Mark Smello and Hartman now. And oh my goodness, there's absolutely too much to follow here. The Mercedes of Joe Dimas now under fire from Dan and Chilmo. Getting kind of a bad start here. Let's switch over to our position gains graphics so we can get a sense of what happened. It looks like Feral Fury with a disastrous start. Synchro as well. Obviously, he looked like he jumped the start for us, and then all of a sudden he was back at the start of the grid. So dealing with some internet issues. It seems he's left the session now. Joe Dimas, though, under fire from 2 cars right now. It looks like the Williams of Markswallow and the AlphaTauri of Chilmo all over him, but behind them, Hartman Esports looking to make a move. Are they going to go 3 wide into this corner?
My goodness.
And they might, gets forced wide there, Chilmo, by Marksmello, and that's going to leave the door open for Hartman. They touch wheels. Hartman's going to be forced to go wide, but they keep it together, and there's a huge fight going on in this midfield. We see Dan, and look at this. These guys not giving up. Joe Dimas holding on nicely to that 8th place, but Chilmo, and it's up 6 positions. Catastrophic. Look at that, the racing point. It looks like not pitting paid off. He's all the way up into 10th. And as we see our predicted tire strategy, yeah, it's still going to be that medium hard or hard medium for all of these drivers, I think. A couple of drivers already going into the pit stop. Feral Fury and Fallen Monkeys both putting on the hards, hoping to go to the end from now on. Looking back, though, it looks like through 5th
Hartman,
place. Oh yeah, look at that.
Side by side now.
Still going at it.
Oh,
and
gosh.
big moment from Hartman there. We're going to ride on board with Catastrophic as he goes through this attack. And not able to really close up that gap there. He's going to think about the inside, but we got a yellow flag. Sector 3, that's the Alfa Romeo, that's IGKX. Looks like he got a bit of a moment, and he's going to drop back right into this battle here. Side by side here.
He was up in 5th place, doing a good job, looking at 4th, but now, yeah, side by side with Chilmo.
Yeah, people getting caught out by this track, and we're still getting this amazing battle here in the midfield. Hartman going through the outside is going to turn into of Chilmo. Catastrophic down the inside, and who's going to be? It's going to be Hartman, then Chilmo, then Catastrophic for now. Catastrophic not able to get the move done. And look who's right behind them, killing for cash here. Got about 6 cars. Oh, in the front, look at this. Joe Dimas and IGKX. IGK trying to get back that position. Joe Dimas not letting him take easily. They're going to go so close. Losing a lot of time. They touch a little bit. IGKX is going to spin. He collects Hartman Esports. That's a lot of damage for the Red Bull. He had time to avoid it, but he doesn't. And looks like guys going wide too, coming out of that corner. There's some damage for Chilmo, and I believe there's some damage on one of the Haas's.
Look at Catastrophic on the inside of Chilmo.
Catastrophic getting the move done here into turns 8 and 9 of the Nouvelle Chicane. I think that's what they call it on this track. I could be wrong, though. Still, though, Chilmo not giving up. Corner names aside, he's going to get back in front here before turn 10. Makes it stick. It's a lot easier in the dry. And Catastrophic, he's going to go back down the inside. Chilmo has a problem into that corner. He has that broken front wing. That's Yen going wide again. And Hartman doing a good job keeping it.
Right back on the track, right into Cozy.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yen facing the wrong way. It looks like Cozy got away okay. I don't see any damage on that Red Bull. No spins, that's for sure. But still nobody giving up just yet. I think Mason Harris is in the pits, so he's going to pit that Ferrari, same as Jamie Mario. And here they go again, Hartman and Chilmo not giving up, killing for cash is going in. There goes Mason Harris retiring in the pit lane for the 2nd race in a row. His season 3 not off to a good start there. Jamie Mario as well. I think they might have had an incident together. And killing for cash and Chilmo. Killing for cash, doing a good job backing out of that corner when Chilmo was closing the door here. And Hartman Esports, it looks like he's actually Catastrophic really is the victor in this battle here, as he's all the way up into P8, battling with P7 here. And as, there he goes down the inside. Who's it gonna be? And Catastrophic gets some move done. Joe Dimas giving a lot of room there. That's some great battling from these two drivers. But Catastrophic goes wide. Is that going to cost him time in this battle? But no, Joe Dimas not able to get the power down here. He's still 0.5 behind that racing point. And catching up slowly, but not quick enough to make a penalty. Hartman getting a penalty for going wide. Of course, he's got that wing damage to deal with. Not going to be able to fix that for quite some time. Feral Fury, after starting so well, he's all the way down into P18th and no one near him. Oh, actually, I say that. He's past Dreamer Mario. That's why there's nobody near him. They were on top of each other. But our cameras are staying trained here on this battle near the front. Joe Dimas not willing to let Catastrophic go, and I believe he's going to get DRS here. And is he? Yeah, he is. So that front wing opening up. Catastrophic, though, much faster in that racing point.
Right behind him, though, there's the Haas. It's right ahead of him.
Getting past Hartman, so good race for Killing for Cash so far. Reserve driving here for Haas, and he's in the points. He's on the medium tires. He is going to have to pit a lot earlier than a lot of these guys, or the few guys that put on the hards, but it does look like the tire you want to be on right now.
Now, these three behind him, Hartman, Chilmo, and Cozy, or there's a Chilmo, Cozy, and the deck. First, Chilmo and Cozy and Hartman have been going at it for about four laps now, almost the entire race. They've been quite the show. And now, there goes Cozy on the inside of Mo, who's going very wide, maybe trying to signal to let him by. But that is Cozy up to 11th.
Yeah, Cozy battling his way back up into the points. He had a tough race last week after finishing 4th in the championship in the season 2. Of course, it was a shortage. Oh, goes very wide there, doesn't Mo, does he? But yeah, Joseph Cozy, I believe he finished. Yeah, he finished 9th, so picking up some points.
Chilmo and the deck. Look at the deck going down the. Oh, he thought about it for just a second.
Yeah,
for I think Chilmo's sake, he backed out, but and that's one of the things. If I could make a point really quick with this new game and the new handling model, I've definitely come to find out that you could do a whole lot more battling. It's so much easier to go side by side through points with cars, which is something that I really love. And now
the deck going at it again.
Yep, able to get it done. Chilmo is out of the RS, so maybe one of the reasons. Interesting line through turn number 2.
Yeah, Chilmo missing an end plate there, so that's certainly a contributing factor to that pace. Of course, he was looking much stronger until he made it. And Killing, who's that behind Chilmo there? I believe that's Synchro lagging again. Yeah, so
Marshmallow passes his teammate for 4th.
And yeah, so that's a Jamie Mario in the pits again. He's going to get another front wing, some soft tires. So I believe he's just going to go for fastest lap here and then probably pit for hards and go to the end. So those hard tires are not going to last very long at all. Still, this rather large train of cars here through the midfield, and that's the deck, I believe, or no, that's Synchro trying to make a move in the background there, trying to unlap himself a little bit after he had to serve that drive-through for jumping the start. And yeah, that's not the way you want to start your race, the way Synchro did.
Yeah, qualifying on the front row, we could tell from the moment the lights started going out that he might have a problem finishing this race with no issues in terms of his internet. And another, the front row of the grid in qualifying is currently 15th and 19th. That's incredible after 7 laps.
Yeah, so definitely our leaders just not getting the start that they wanted here. It looks like everyone's a little settling into their strategy a little bit. We've had no safety car, no virtual safety car, no big accidents, just a spin here and there, and maybe some damaged wing. IGKX though, after getting a little, I believe he was tapped just a little bit by one of the Red Bull branded cars, either Alpha Tauri or the Red Bull team, and sent him spinning, and it was hit by the other one, wasn't he? So that sent him all the way down into 14th. Not the start that he wanted after initially getting just a little bit loose through turns 12 and 13. How does he recover from here?
I think, number one, get some luck on your side, get a safety car in there, or a well-timed virtual safety car. I think that's his best bet at this point, and then just play the strategy right in accordance with what actually happens. But been noticing Marshmallow's getting ever so closer to a Stunik. He got past his teammate pretty quickly now, is under a second, and will have DRS the AlphaTauri going down the front straight. Not going to be able to do it right now.
Yeah, not able to get past Stunek just yet. He is getting closer, though. You're right. Gap down to about half a second here.
He had a
Jordan,
much better turns 1 and 2.
yeah, Jordan in our chat saying the Alpha is looking strong. I do believe that was sent before IGKX had his moment. They were running P1 and P5, I believe, at one point. Yeah, unfortunate for the team there, but Mivako still in first. 3.4 second gap here. He's looking very good for the win today.
And he is our points leader after one round, so looking good to repeat back-to-back wins. Marksmell is still not able to get past a Stunek, but he's got a much better chance now. Got a much better exit, overtake mode, and he is past the AlphaTauri up into the podium. Stunek down into fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy. Of course, that's the real name of ISRL Stunek. He's a member of management, so we might let we might forget what to call him from time to time. But fun fact, you're supposed to pronounce it as Stunek. That's a silent T. But good luck getting everyone to remember that.
That's not gonna happen.
No, I'm gonna stay with the Stunek for quite some time before I get used to it. But yeah, trying to fight back here. Of course, he had that podium last week, looking to repeat right now. But that Williams standing between him and his goal. But it looks like he hasn't dropped off a whole ton there. It looks like Marksman will probably just making the best of DRS and maybe some ERS management. We're going to take a look there, and yeah, it looks like Stunek definitely has a little bit more battery saved up than the Williams, so might be able, I would think, to fight back here and be back in third place sooner rather than later.
I think you hit it on the head on the nail on the head. My goodness, Marksmell was trying to save as much ERS as he could, knowing that he's got two huge straights that he's got to defend from Billy. God, from a Stunek. Defend from a Stunek.
You want me to get you some coffee?
Yeah, I'm tired. I woke up and I went straight to this, but. Not going as fast as he probably would have wanted to, not pulling away as much, as trying to save some ERS for the back straight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at killing for cash right now. Getting closer.
Marksmellow's around.
Oh, and Marksmellow spins there. Yeah,
that's an interesting spot. On the exit of that corner, if you hit the curb with your left front tire, you're going around 100%. There's almost no chance of saving it. So
exactly.
I kind of saw that one coming.
It's the
Luckily,
same thing.
Two spots.
Same thing that happened to IGKX there. That's how he got sent around as well. Marksmell down to P5, so he's going to have to get past his teammate. Stunek here just being gifted a podium spot again. And he's not really close enough to make a move on F1 Richie just yet. But, I mean, he's got to be happy with this.
Yeah, I think what Billy's got to really try and do, unless he's satisfied with third, which he should not be, should try and go for more, is try and close that gap a little bit, and then maybe go for the undercut if he could. It's going to be an interesting one with the strategy going on the hards. It's not a ginormous difference, but at this point, I think that's his best option.
Yeah, absolutely. The gaps through the midfield there, everyone's about 2 to 3 seconds apart. Got killing for cash close enough to make a move soon on Joseph Cozy Hartman, getting a position after IGKX pits. He's going to get fed right back behind Fallen Monkeys, who unfortunately loses the rear end there. I saw that happen right in front of me. I have his TV next to me. He's racing in the same room, so apologies if you can hear him from time to time in the background there. But unfortunately for him, IGKX coming out. I don't think IGKX had anything to do with that. Looks like he just got loose.
Pit exit.
Yeah.
You get fed right onto the racing line about just a couple of meters before you start turning in for turn one.
It looks like killing for cash, definitely getting a lot closer there. Lap after lap to Joseph Cozy. That Haas working for him. Joseph Cozy having some trouble, I would say, catching up to some of these guys ahead. But just looking at in terms of how what we know their pace to be, I would certainly say Joe Scozzi is performing not up to where he was performing last year. Of course, he did switch from a controller to a wheel over the course of the off season, so that might have something to do with it there. But I certainly think he could be further up the field in some of these races.
Yeah, and I'm looking at positions gain or the position change so far, and as we mentioned, Catastrophic and Killing for Cash. Well, actually, Killing for Cash is only made up one spot, but Catastrophic, he's made up 10 spots after starting P17. Feral Fury, he's made up a little bit of ground since his crash, but 11 spots down, and Synchro is 17 spots down. So the entire top 10 have at least gained one position. A good majority of the bottom 10 have lost positions from the start.
Yeah, it goes to show, you know, qualifying, especially an unpredictable. There you go, qualifying like we had in the rain, doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of the race. It's very easy for things to change around. The deck, of course, being one of them, to have 7 places gained, and now that's Catastrophic in the pits. Those medium tires, he's been on them since the start, and it looks like he's one of the first ones. You know, crashes and damage aside, to get off of these tires. It's going to be interesting to see where he feeds out. So we're going to keep an eye on him as Fallen Monkey's getting into some more trouble. We do have a safety car. So, safety car out of nowhere. I'm not sure who that was for. But Catastrophic, I think he might have just timed that pit stop absolutely perfectly. He's in there, he's out on the hard tires, and he actually, look, he's come out right behind the safety car.
Did he gain a position through all that? Because I could have sworn he was in 10th place.
The deck was in 11th. He is in 10th, but I believe Catastrophic was in 7th. So.
I'm looking at the wrong name. My goodness, it's been a rough morning.
So Catastrophic, though, saving a lot of time with that safety car. Everyone forced to slow down to the Delta. And I'm going to switch over to our leaders here. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with them. Of course, this helps Fallen Monkeys, Yend, and Jamer Mario the most. These guys are bunched up, and they were right behind the leader. And as the leader pits, it's going to avoid them getting lapped. So they're going to be able to stay on the lead lap, actually go right back up to the back of the field, and not lose, reach of the guys ahead of them. So these guys are getting very lucky with this. These three, it looks like Fallen Monkeys are losing out to J Mario and Yend because of the pit lane. Yeah, he got jumped in the pits there. And most of our leaders are pitting, and I think everyone's going to pit. Yeah, even Joe Dimas, who started on the hards. Oh, he's going to stop completely. What's happening with Joe Dimas there?
I don't know.
Looks like a bit of a glitch, because he... what? Yeah, it looks like he stopped. Oh, no. He stopped at the start of the pit lane and blocked people from going in, and I don't know if he did that by accident or if his controller stopped, but he did block the pit lane.
Yeah, I hope Monkeys doesn't have to make a pit stop, because that black Mercedes is just stranded. He's just sitting, no crew, no nothing. He's just sitting in the pit box.
He just did pit at the start of the safety cars, so yeah. I think he should be fine for the end of this race. But yeah, his teammate getting disqualified there. That was absolutely bizarre, but it is what happens when you stop at the start of the pit lane like that. I'm not sure what the game.
Catastrophic.
Yeah.
2-6, as you mentioned, came in at the most. Such a good time. I mean, what was it? Not nearly 5 seconds after he crossed the pit limiter line is when the safety car came out. So and look at IGKX. He's made his way back into the top 10. Feral Fury knocking on the door of the top 10 as well. Marshmallow looks like he's lost out a little bit because he was up in 4th, battling for 3rd with the Stunik and Built Matt. He's lost out. But it looks like the top 3 have pretty much stayed to form through the round of pit stops.
Yeah. Blend Machine in our chat saying, wow, absolutely. Wow, indeed. This has been quite a development with the safety car coming out. And I honestly, I have to say, it probably just came out for debris in that chicane there, as Fallen Monkeys had a moment, and I did see him hit the wall coming out of the chicane. So it must have been just a bit of front wing somewhere on the track. So not a... I would say I've seen safety cars come out for a lot worse and stay in for a lot worse. Definitely one of the weirder safety car incidents I've seen so far, but does give
they just wanted to give us some good racing.
Exactly, it does give us a great restart. Bunches the field back up, and Asen saying, I feel like I jinxed it hard, saying my car can win. I mean, listen, he is back into P12. He's shown good pace, Asen. And I think he still has a solid shot at, if not winning, at least getting some solid points in this race. Yeah, an unfortunate start there for the McLaren.
Yeah, and luckily for him, the safety car is going to allow him to catch up to this entire pack of cars who are now on the hard tires. So, and luckily a little bit ahead of Hartman, who's on the mediums, who might have a little bit more grip than he does.
This is true. Yeah, he is in a good position. Obviously, sure, he'd rather be at the front with Mivako, where he started. But I mean, if you're going to be somewhere in the midfield, where Feral Fury is right now is not a bad place. As these guys are warming up their tires here, we're just waiting for those three that I was talking about that managed to escape a lap there thanks to that very opportune safety car. They just got to make their way back into the field. They're in at the end of Sector 1 right now, so just down the straight, and they're gonna catch up sooner rather than later. Of course, Synchro 6 laps down right now thanks to his connection. I do want to say I think he is being controlled by an AI here, because
I think so.
Yeah, at the very least he is going to be ghosted for the other drivers, which is good. And as the safety car is looping towards the end of Sector 3, we're going to get another lap under safety car here. I think we will. Yeah, it does look that way. It's kind of a shame that our tire graphics are busted for the time being. Not all of them showing the right amount of laps, but it looks like everyone's going to be on the hard tires until the end. Except Hartman. Hartman's on the mediums. So Hartman is going to have a bit of a pace advantage here. Chilmo choosing not to pit again, although I feel like he could have down in 13th. And what's going on over here? Looks like Joseph and the deck are swapping positions here. Probably somebody braking and the other one just going right past them. And it looks like the 15th through 17th have caught up with the field. So this should be the last lap of the safety car, Carter. We're going to be getting about 12 laps of green flag racing, hopefully until the end of this race. And it should be an exciting finish. Seem to have lost Carter there. Guys to watch. I mean, Estunik is on that podium. Bilton Matt in fourth right now. He's a bit far back from Estunik, but of course he's going to catch up as the field bunches up once the safety car comes in. I would have to put my money though on Catastrophic. Pitted a lap early. He's going to have a tiny bit more temperature hopefully in his tires than the rest. So he should have slight pace advantage. And Estunik has a 5-second penalty, says Blin Machine in our chat. So Stunik, I suppose he got that going into the pit lane. The top of my computer screen actually blocks the bottom of my my TV, right where the penalties show up. So yeah, it looks like maybe Stunik not gonna get demoted out of that podium unless he can build up a 5-second gap there. He's not gonna pit again, so that will be applied post race. And with Bill and Matt, with Dan behind them, with
a tall task.
Yeah, with catastrophic Marksmello as well. Carter, glad to see you're back there. Off this restart, as we see the safety car go into the track, who are you keeping an eye on?
I want to look at Billy again to see. Oh my god! I don't know how many more times I'm going to do this, but here we go. We're restarting. Going to watch Astunik. Can he keep Bilton Matt at a comfortable distance with that now 5-second penalty? Astunik, luckily for him, no tire difference. My Vaco gets away cleanly. Looks like everyone, for the most part, clean out of the restart.
Vaco getting a very good start there. Already 1.2 seconds clear of
Bilton
F1
Matt,
Richie.
Bilton Matt struggling, and Astunik's on the back of F1 Richie.
Yeah, so Astunik getting a great start there. Catastrophic as well, all over the back of that Renault.
Is Astunik going to have a go into the... He's gaining on the Ferrari.
I don't think he's close enough. I think he might be able, if he gets a good exit here, to get him in this set of turns here. But Astunik, you don't want to push too much here off a restart and waste all your overtake before DRS opens, because then when DRS opens, if the guy behind you has it, which in Bill Matt's case he doesn't, and he's already wasted all of his overtake. He's derating right now, so Bill Matt is in a very tough spot. I don't know if he forgot to leave his ERS off during the safety car, but he's got half a battery and he's already derated about halfway through this lap. Same with F1 Richie, actually, and Astunik has a healthy chunk of battery left. And down this straight, we got a yellow flag in the back. That's Joseph Cozy going around, I think. But Astunik here, he's going to have a solid chunk of battery to attack. Synchro going very wide there. To attack, there he goes, and down the inside, and it's Astunik getting ahead into P2. Very well done from the AlphaTauri driver. There was a little bit of contact at the back. Was that Synchro? It was Monkeys, but I'm not sure if Synchro had a hand to play in it. But yeah, Astunik up into P2. Just hope he doesn't take any more penalties. I know that penalties are going to affect the outcome of this race. It is France. It's a very, very easy track to extend there.
This is huge for Astunik in terms of the championship. I think if he would have finished behind my Vaco and F1 Richie again, I think it would have really hurt his confidence level.
Yeah, still.
This is a huge position gain for him.
Yeah, it is a long season. Of course, Astunik, he's known more for his for his consistency than his pace. So it is very important for him to capitalize on points when the opportunity knocks, and doing a very good job with that so far today. But Bilton Matt seems to have. I was going to say mostly fixed this problem. Then I took a look at his ERS meter, and he's down to 5% already. So he's as close as he is. As close as he is to F1 Richie right now, I don't think he's going to be in any place to make a pass there. He's just kind of pushing just a little bit too hard for the time being. Fiero Fury making a move on IGKX in the back there. Gets that done very, very cleanly before the braking zone, and he keeps moving. But I did see some penalties for Fiero Fury pop up on the bottom of my screen there. So maybe is not in good of a position as we thought if he's taking those penalties. But yeah, big train there. All stuck.
Down to, it looks like pulling for cash.
Yeah, all stuck behind Dan, and I believe DRS getting enabled this lap. And DRS indeed on Catastrophic. Oh, Dan, big swoop to the inside there. Catastrophic saw that coming from a mile away. He's going to go around the outside. Dan still down the inside, though, sends it. Out of nowhere, Dan coming from way far back, and that's going to keep Catastrophic. Oh, but Dan spins it on his own, pushing the car too hard. Marksmello down the inside of Catastrophic. Catastrophic had no idea he was there, and he's going to push that Williams off the track, but Marksmello staying ahead, so Catastrophic getting a position, losing a position. Phil Fury going around the outside here of Catastrophic, and Catastrophic may be struggling a little bit off of this restart.
Yeah, he was being pressured by Feral Fury going around the outside of that long, sweeping right-hander that we saw so many people crash out on in qualifying. Almost unheard of to go around the outside around there. That's got to be really, really brave. Trying to get a good exit now out of the penultimate corner. DRS. Catastrophic to have DRS2 off of Marshmallow.
Yeah, absolutely. Catastrophic using his overtake right now, so Feel Free not going to have a chance into this corner. Probably smart there. He knows that he's trying to make a move on Marshmallow on the Williams, and opting just to kind of wait. Hopefully they lose time and he gets an easier overtake into this long straight.
Yeah, and I think that's we've seen a couple of examples of that earlier. Not using any ERS for almost the entire sector one, and saving it for this straightaway where it's so easy. If you've got that ERS to use it and get a good overtake, Phil Fury.
Who's in the back here? Hartman going for a move on the deck. So both racing points under fire right now. Is Hartman going to be close enough into the corner? Has to take a lot of curb there as the deck shuts the door. Gets a penalty for it. He's going to go wide for good measure. But he does get the move done. So Hartman up into P10. The deck isn't done though. Oh, almost makes contact with Dan, who's coming back. And look at Dan weaving his way through both cars here. And he's going to have a look down the inside. Oh, thought about it. Hit the brakes early though. Dan's going to slot in behind Hartman. And some battling going on throughout the field here, and both racing points really coming under fire. As we look back at the front, Feral Fury, I think this is where he goes and tries to make his move on Catastrophic, who's a little bit further back from Marshmallow this time around. And look at how close he is. Yeah, Feral Fury definitely gonna have a move here, opening the ERS, hitting the overtake button. No, he's not using overtake yet, so Feral Fury just biding his time, I think, not wanting to use his overtake just yet. A big lockup though going into that corner. I was expecting Feral Free to make a move there. Absolutely.
Got DRS again, though, so I think that maybe that had something to do with it.
Yeah, look how close Jamer Mario is to Chill Mo, and he's gonna look for a move. Oh, you don't move, you don't make passes here, but he goes for it as we see Singer. Oh, when he just hits the gas just a little bit more. That was a brilliant battle between the two of them. Before this is gonna give Joseph Cozy the place. Is gonna give Synchro 10 laps down there, absolutely lagging all over the racetrack. Killing for Cash, side by side with IGKX, and Killing for Cash is going to go up into P8. Oh, that's a reset in the middle of the track for Catastrophic. That's going to be investigated by the stewards. Oh, and they make contact. IGKX spins again. IGKX with wing damage is having a terrible race. He's down into P14.
You gotta be kidding. That's a huge fight back.
And Killing for Cash now down the inside of Catastrophic. Catastrophic, apparently he had an issue there. And Catastrophic going around the outside there. Very well done from these two. They're side by side. Catastrophic hangs on. And that's going to open the door for Hartman. Hartman on the medium tires, making those tires work. Can he make them last, though? He still has 7 laps to go in this French Grand Prix. And this race has turned out to be absolutely crazy here in the final half of this race. IGKX diving into the pits. He took some front wing damage in that exchange. And Hartman, no, not going to make a move on Catastrophic just yet. This has moved Feral Fury, though, up into 6th, and we have a yellow flag somewhere at the back. You don't see anything on my map. Is that Synchro?
F1 Richie is getting very, very close to a Stunek. He's been able to catch back up. He's now in DRS.
And he has DRS. That is absolutely true. As Stunek out of the range of Mivako. Not close enough this lap. Oh, who's that in the back here? Feral Fury down the inside. Are they going to touch? Oh, they're getting very close. Very close. As Stunek takes another penalty, that's going to affect him. But Marshmallow keeps the upper hand here. The deck Killing for Cash. Oh, has to go through that corner there as he goes wide. Gets a 5 seconds for his trouble. Hartman gets past him. The deck and Dan had a battle into that corner as well. Looks like the deck coming big on that one. Winning out in that duel, up into P10 now. So Dan not having a good race after previously running 6th. And we keep getting yellow flags here. That's just for synchro, so don't worry about those too much. The deck now all over the back of Killing for Cash, and Feral Fury is the other one we have to keep an eye on, as he's getting much closer to the Williams. And actually, he's down the straight here, and he keeps getting much closer, but not doing a great job at conserving that ERS here. He's Marshmallow definitely has just a bit more power reserved there, backed up in his battery, in case Feral Fury tries to move.
Yeah, it's good to kind of have a little bit, you know, in a quote-unquote reserve tank of ERS or an emergency, in case when you really have to use it.
Yeah.
Have a little bit left over.
You don't want to dip under 20% unless it's the end of the race or like you need this position and you know the other guy also has no battery. You want to keep that little bit just in case. Feel free not doing that right now, though. Marshmallow didn't even have to use overtake down that straight. Look how close he is to his teammate.
Yeah, a huge slipstream, and now he's trying to...
No team orders here at Williams.
Yeah.
The both of them seemingly racing. They're very close. Oh, he's going to go down the inside. And, oh, Bill Matt shuts the door. And is that going to put Marshmallow down into the path of Feral Fury? Not quite. They're still very close to each other. And I think Marshmallow's going to have to take another look here down this main straight.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think that slamming the door on his teammate, I don't know if that was going to help Feral Fury. Look at how close they are. Feral Fury trying to sneak around the outside. Was just not
Feral Fury getting a good exit there, but so is Marshmallow. And if his teammate can just help him out here and keep the car steady, he's going to get DRS. Not enough to make a move, though. Look how close he got right in the braking zone. If he had 200 extra meters, I think he was going to make that move. And he gets a penalty for going wide there. But I think his teammate might have picked up a warning as well.
His teammate, you know, purposely or not, is just holding him up at this point. He's really trying to keep the McLaren behind him.
Yeah, they are teammates. I don't think they're friends.
Yeah, well.
Oh, goes very wide there, and that's going to cost him.
That's
That's Feral Fury down the straight for sure. Oh no, Feral Fury also got a bad exit there. And Bilton Matt actively not trying to help his teammate, but looks like he ran out of overtake. And there goes Marshmallow, who still has 20% of his battery. So that reserve tank we were talking about there, keeping that energy, has just paid out loads for Marshmallow. As he had a bad exit, still able to put the power down and get past his teammate. Now that puts his teammate right into the path of that McLaren.
Yep. F1 Richie down to about 3/10 of a Stunik, getting ever so closer, right in front of this pack of 3 cars here.
Yeah, and Stunik we know has a couple penalties. I don't think F1 Richie has nearly as much. Of course, Stunik getting 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, I believe. So that might come to change. Oh, there's a yellow flag, and that's Joseph Cozy again, spinning in Sector 3 here. Looks like he got that car going. No damage so far, but he's going to let some cars go by. He was getting back into the point, so that must be heartbreaking for him. Bilton Matt getting some fire from Feral Fury. Not sure how that battle is going to play out with only 3 laps to go here.
I didn't even realize we were so far into the race. We've had so much action. I almost don't even want it to end, but gotta stay tuned to these 2 battles right here. F1 Richie and Stunik.
Yeah, F1 Richie getting DRS here. Yeah, DRS for F1 Richie. The lone Ferrari still in this race after his teammate retired in the pit lane after an early incident. Not enough on that straight. And I have to say, it looks like Stunik has been doing a terrific job at conserving his ERS.
No. Don't tell me. Oh, the Williams have made contact. Oh, no.
That's Bilton Matt there, yeah losing it in the chicane.
I think I saw the 2 white dots and the orange one come together with a yellow flag. Must have been some contact between the 3 of them. Just Bilton Matt got the worst end of it.
Yeah, and Bilton Matt right now, no ERS. He's still in overtaking, though. He's at 0% there for a bit, low on fuel, and he's got catastrophic, closing in quick.
And with only
and takes a penalty for good measure.
Yeah, and with only 3 laps to go with the line, time's running out. You know, at this point, penalties are going to play a huge factor. F1 Richie is still not able to get around to Stunek, but the gap certainly is closing a lot.
Take a look at fastest lap. IGKX right now with the fastest lap. He's in 14th. He is going to get points for this. 131.8, and yeah, that's at least the second best of second better than second best, being Fallen Monkeys, and at least 2 seconds better than the rest of the grid.
Get out of DRS range. I think he was.
Yeah, Stunek, absolutely. He's got almost half of his battery saved up, and F1 Richie's running on fumes there for a bit, and so Stunek just able to put overtake down. He's been doing an incredible job saving his battery for the end of this race, and he's in P2 right now. He's still got 50%, and this is after just pushing down main straight.
And to be fair, it's not like Myvaco's like setting sail into the distance. The gap's been consistently around 2.5, 3.5 seconds, but
yeah,
really no more than that. So
Stunek maybe being a little bit too conservative with the battery. I think if he was pushing harder, he might be able to catch up to Myvaco.
I think you're focused on there's so many things going in your head. I think you got to focus on you can only focus on so little at a time, and I think his top priority is keeping the Ferrari behind and just trying to hang on to second, not really worry about the win, especially considering he's got penalties.
Yeah, he's going to be pushing hard for these 2 laps, though, hoping to set at least 5 seconds between him and the guys behind so that the penalties don't come affect him too much. F1 Richie not... Yeah,
he gets a much better turns 1 and 2 than Stunek. I've noticed a lot. That's where he gains a lot of his time.
Potentially running higher downforce than Stunek, which would explain why he can't catch up in the straightaways.
Looks like he gets a good exit, gets some good traction on the power early. He's going to get the DRS this time, but again, it's just not close enough, I don't think, to make a move. Yeah, going to have to wait even longer. And wait a minute, the Stunek has closed almost a second.
Myvaco starting to struggle a little bit, I think.
But I think it regardless of a huge incident or catastrophe for Myvaco, I think it's a little bit too late for Stunek in terms of catching him. And as I said, just focus on getting that second place.
Absolutely. Lap and a bit to go here. But yeah, Stunek very much closing in on Myvaco there. And depending on how many penalties Myvaco has, he's close enough for it to potentially put him up, depending on how many penalties Stunek has himself, of course.
Yeah, you want to stay usually within that 3 seconds, in that case, to where you have 3 seconds less total time penalties,
Yeah.
So at least 3 seconds is the gap that you like, but now it's almost under 2. It is under 2 seconds. Is a student going to have a go at the win on the last lap of the race?
He has a battery. Myvaco does too, though. So both of them are pretty evenly matched right now.
Marshmallow and Feral Fury come from? They're battling for the podium too.
Yeah, they've been closing up little bit by little bit. They've been within the DRS range for the past 2 laps, but of course F1 Richie not able to get past Stunek, just kind of dragging them along, and it looks like Stunek actually, yeah, he didn't get DRS off of either of them.
That's huge.
So F1 Richie dropping back a little bit, and he's going to push hard. He's low on fuel here, and he can see Myvaco right up the racetrack from him. If Myvaco makes a mistake, this could pay off for Stunek here. Dedek and Hartman swapping positions in the back. We're going to tune in on that in just a second if it's still going at the finish. Yend and Chilmo as well. Looks like there's a lot of overtakes being done into that chicane, but Myvaco, these penalties are going to be what decides the race. F1 Richie, look at
coming down
right behind. 2 guys, 3 cars within a second here.
Yep. Now this is the moment of truth. Myvaco's going to cross the line first.
Myvaco's starting to swerve, but the finish line is a little bit further there, and he's going to cross.
What's gonna
And Noah
happen?
Stunek is going to start dropping down the grid here.
No.
Yeah, out of the podiums there for Stunek. And now we're going to tune in at the back here. It looks like the deck and Hartman. Oh, look at Hartman getting a great exit off of that corner. I don't think he's going to have enough runway to make that move. No, but great finish from the both of them. Killing for Cash crossing the line in 10th. Yen, oh, look at this right here. Look at 3 cars battling to the end. It looks like Chilmo running out of fuel there at the end. And Junior Mario getting himself up into 11th. Some late points for the Renault. Great finish there. Joseph Cozy and IGK-X as well battling all the way to the line. And that's going to be as in the order that they finished. IGK-X in 14th. Joseph Cozy getting the last. Oh, no. Joseph Cozy in 15th. Oh, and Fallen Monkeys on the last corner. On the last corner. And he might have had a chance at beating Cozy there. Cozy seemingly taking a lot of penalties. But Fallen Monkey is just getting a little too eager to finish this race here. He is going to be classified in 17th. He did complete. Yeah, that's good. He definitely completed 90% of that race, I have to say.
99.9.
99.9%. So it's going to count as a finish for Fallen Monkeys, even though he didn't cross the line. But yeah, what a race here. Mivako taking his second win in 2 races. Great start for Season 3. Early championship contender. I would say early championship favorite with these 2 races he's had. F1 Richie also showing how good he is. Stunek getting betrayed by the track limits today, but still a very solid race. Feral Fury, of course, he had a comeback drive and a half there, coming from dead last on the grid, all the way up into 3rd. And I have to say, driver of the day, Feral Fury for me.
Yeah, I kind of have to go with not really a pity vote, but I think Stunek drove an incredible race, and I think he deserved a podium. It's just the penalties will kill you on this track. He did a great job of keeping F1 Richie behind him, and in fact closing down on my Vaco ever so slightly. So my vote goes to Stunek.
Very well. We'll see what the people vote. Of course, this year we are allowing our drivers to vote for their favorite out of any tier. So we might see Feral Fury or Stunek or somebody else there as our driver of the week nominee. But I think everyone's just about crossed the line there, and we're just waiting for Synchro's car to get past, and I think he did. So I guess we'll just wait for this timer to run down. But thank you for watching the ISRL Tier 3 French Grand Prix. I'm just going to, I realize I made this party private here, so sorry for the screen cutting for a second. If Cardi could just try to get the podium guys into this party. But yeah, that was a very exciting 27 laps. Of course, don't go anywhere because we have Tier 2 coming up in half an hour, and then Tier 1, of course, right after that. Tier 1, exciting race last week in Austria. Hopefully, just as exciting as this one, as we had a safety car field getting back together. And then an absolute thriller of a final 12 laps or so. Battles on throughout the field. Mivako, though, takes a very comfortable victory here in France, and that's going to give him, I believe, 80 points. So 2 victories, no fastest laps, and he has got himself a dandy little lead here at the top of the table.
Trying to get some of these guys into the party for some interviews, but I think we've got an outstanding championship set here for Tier 3. A lot of close battling up at the front, and I think the standings are gonna really showcase that as the season goes on.
Absolutely. If I'm doing some quick math right here, Mivako, 80 points in P1. I believe F1 Richie is going to be P2 with 55 points. Stunek is going to be 53 points, or 52 points in P3. And Bilton Matt, he went from 33 points to, where did he finish? He finished 7th So he's going to be, he's going to be near Astunik. I think we might have a three-way battle for second place in the championship right now, all within 2 to 3 points. So I'm just going to, I'll take a screenshot of this, and since apparently our lobby has glitched, so quick screenshot, and I guess I don't see anybody joining, so we're just going to end the stream. Oh, there you go. Now it's synchro left and synchro left, and it's fixed the session. So driver of the day in game, the deck. I can see that's a pretty solid nomination. He did have a good race. But yeah, thank you everyone who tuned in. None of the drivers joined for the interview, so we're just gonna start up the stream, get set up for tier 2, starting in 26 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Oh, Mivako's in. So actually, we'll do Mivako very quickly. Mivako, you there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2 races, 2 wins. How was that one?
This one was a little bit hard than my last one because F1 Richie and Astunik were really fast and the second stand on the hard, but after the safety car I quickly have a gap about 2 seconds, so for my race it was very good.
That's good. And what that wet qualifying session, obviously throwing race strategy out the window. Are you happy with the decisions you made strategy-wise so far?
I'm really happy with the strategy because when the lap of the safety car I was going for my first pit stop, thus I didn't lose time, I won time, so great strategy. There's no problem by my side.
Absolutely. You kept it clean there. You have a solid lead in the championship. By my calculations, you got 80 points. It looks like the 3 battling in second place behind you around the 55 to 50 point mark. So you just got to keep it clean, and you're actually one of the early championship favorites. What do you have to say?
Yeah, but it's still a long season to go. There are 16 races to go. Everything can happen. If you win, you have 40 points. So it's early in the season. Everything can happen.
Exactly. Carter, any questions?
You said everything I was looking for. I do want to know though how stressful was it, because we were looking the last couple of laps, the gap between you and Astunik starting to shrink a little bit. Were you just trying to save the tires as much as you could, or was Billy giving you a run for your money?
I was really pushing hard from my heart and my fuel and my energy. It was a little stressful moment in the last 5 laps, but nothing to worry about.
Yep, able to get it done. That's a win for my Vaco, and we are now joined by Feral Fury, who had an amazing roller coaster race, started on pole, fell back to nearly last, and yet still finished in the top 5. So, Feral Fury, you with us?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So, I mean, as I said, a roller coaster race. Just describe the emotions of everything, falling back yet still finishing in the top 5.
Yeah, I don't know what happened at the start, but just got a rubbish start and I ended up down around 7 or 8, and then one of the Williams went off on the straight and they're spinning in front of me, and as they were spinning then they took off the front wing, so I had to go in and I had to stop. Went on the mediums then, and then the safety car kind of brought it back in once I was able to go on the hards and then try and pass out 2 cars at the end. Got fun coming back through the field, so
Yeah, definitely made a case for a permanent driver's slot, maybe in the future, but I think Knight, I think that's gonna do it for us. I'll let you.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you for the drivers who came in for the interview. Of course, all the drivers who raced as well. But we are going to be back in 20 minutes. We got Tier 2 action from the Paul Ricard circuits in Le Castellet, France. So yeah, we'll see you guys very soon. This was an exciting race. Cannot wait for more of this, and thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, just so you don't make sure to miss any ISRL, and that way it shows us how much you truly love us. But yeah, have a good night. It's ISRL Knight, ISRL Carter with me in the commentary booth. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you in